Hi everybody, it's Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio, and today I just wanted to do a little vlog and kind of catch everybody up with what's going on. Like many of you, I am home from work. This is just my fourth day home, even though this is the third week of the stay-at-home requirements. The first 2 weeks I was going in some full days and some half days, and that was when they thought this would just be 2 weeks long, and we needed to get some things done at the office in preparation for the possibility of this lasting longer than 2 weeks, which is a good thing that we did, because you know it's going to be another 4 weeks on top of that. So we got everything set up, and I've got my home office set up so I can work there, and so I'm working from home. But since I work at a church and most of my job relates to most of my job is connected to activities with large groups of people, there's really not a whole lot to do at the moment. So it's mostly keeping in communication with people and sending out messages and handling the financial end of things, or helping with that. I don't do that solely by myself. That is, I'm just one of the people in that process. So at home, I have plenty to do. It's not boring. It's just different because I've not had this much time at home in quite a while. When I was about 2 years ago, when I was going through chemotherapy, of course I was home a lot more than normal, but it was different because I was not feeling well, and I'd go into work, do what I could, and when I'd run out of energy, I'd go home, and then I'd go home and I'd sleep. So it's completely different, and now I'm feeling still not 100%, but a whole lot better than 2 years ago. And so now I can actually manage most days anyway to stay awake all day long and get some work done. So I'm down in my studio, and you can see behind me I've got kind of a mess on my quilting table here, and that's because I've got several projects in the works right now. I am continuing to make face masks. I've had requests for more of those, so I am working on those. I'm working on the Stash Buster Block of the Week series, and I'm working on the China plate quilt, and I've got those face masks going. When I get off here, I'm going to go through my vintage linens and pull out all of the cloth napkins, and probably it's the same in your area. Paper products are hard to come by, so instead of buying paper napkins, we're going to be using cloth napkins. And I've got a nice stack of linen napkins that were my mother's, so I'm going to get those out, and we're going to be using those. And we've used them in the past, so that's what we used when I was growing up. There was no paper napkins. We used cloth, so I'm going to continue that tradition, or bring it up again, because in the past, when we were penny pinching and making ends do, or making ends meet, we used them at that time, my husband and I and our kids. So I'm just going to dig them out, wash them up, and we'll start using them again. The China plate quilt is coming along. I've got the top done. I actually have it wadded up on my table here, because I just moved it out of the way to do something else. But I've got the alternate blocks done, and I'm working on the borders right now. So when I get those done, then I'll show you that, and then start working on the quilting design. So that will be the next quilt to go on the machine, and I'll film that when I get to it. So being at home for the next 4 weeks, as I said, I have plenty to do, but it's just a strange feeling. My husband is still working because he has an essential job with the state of Missouri, so he has to go in every day. My oldest son, he works in healthcare, so he is working every day. and he asked me to make him some masks because they're not available to him. So I sent him half a dozen of those. And my oldest daughter, she lives in Hawaii, and of course they're in lockdown just like everybody else. Her job she has an essential job, but they've been able to rotate the workers so there's not as many people in the building, so they can keep the no more than 10 people at a time rule. And so she works 1 week and then she's off 2, and then she works another week. So it's different for her too. And with living in Hawaii and all of the things you can do, like go to the beach and stuff, well, the beaches are shut down, all of the tourist areas are shut down. So, you know, it's kind of sad. She's got all this free time now and she can't go out and do things, but she's taking some college courses to keep herself busy. So everybody is finding things to do. So that's in my family anyway. So my husband and my son are still working. My oldest daughter's taking college courses online. I've got all my quilting stuff to do. My youngest daughter, she's always busy. She never has any free time. She can always find something to do. So she's keeping busy also. The dog doesn't know what to do with us all being home, or with the two of us being home all the time. But, you know, she's used to being home alone during the day, and now she's got people to play with her. So she's actually kind of happy about that. But anyway, that's kind of how things are. I've not been outside in, well, I guess I did go out yesterday. I had to go by the office and drop off some work and pick up some more. So I did that. But other than that, I haven't been outside. My husband's been doing whatever shopping we need to do on his way home from work. He'll stop by the grocery store and pick up whatever we need. So there hasn't been any need for me to go out and do any shopping, which is good since I am in the high-risk category, not only with my age, but with you know, my past cancer history and chemotherapy. My immune system is a lot better than it was, but you know, it still puts me at high risk because I never know when I might just catch a common cold or anything like that. It's not quite at 100%, but it's still a lot better than it was 2 years ago. So I'm not complaining. Also, I have found a painting course online. It's called Acrylic April. It's put on by the Art Sherpa, and I am. It started yesterday. It's all through the month of April. It's a daily painting, and it's a beginner level. It starts at beginner level, and it's going to advance through the month. So I watched the video, yesterday's video, and I haven't done the painting yet. I didn't have the right size canvases, so I ordered those, and those should be in hopefully in a couple of days, but who knows when the UPS or the Postal Service will get them here. You know, that's that's kind of up in the air right now. I've signed up for a drawing class online, so I've got plenty of things to do. It's just kind of adjusting to a different schedule, different routine, just different work. My normal job, there's not as much to do, so I can catch up on some quilting stuff, and I'm making plans for future videos, and even planning a quilt-along project for next year. So staying busy and making do with things I don't have that I just really don't have to have, but like makeup, I have makeup, but I'm kind of holding on to that, so when this is over, there will probably be a rush to the department stores and makeup will be sold out. Hair color is another issue. I can't go get my hair done, so I'm going to have lots of gray roots by the time this is over, and my haircut is going to be all out of shape. But you know, that's part of the sacrifice to, you know, stay healthy at the moment. So another thing that's just kind of a reality that just kind of hit me this morning when I went to put on some makeup. I thought I maybe should just kind of hold off on that and save what I got for when this is over and I actually really need it. And so you all are seeing me. I do have some mascara on, but that's it. And so y'all seeing me all natural right now. And this is it. This is reality. So it's a strange time, but you know, people in my mother's generation, my father's generation, you know, they lived like this for years, as far as doing without, and not so much as having to be isolated, but just doing without. You know, they grew up during the Depression and lived through World War II and all the rationing, and you know, they've done this. They survived, so we can too. So I think that's about it. I'm still adjusting. I've got my day planner was full of work things to do, and now I've got those all crossed off, and now I'm filling them in with things I need to do here around the house and here in the studio. Once I get my sewing done today, then it's cleanup time. I've got to get some of this organized. It's well, I've got over here, I've got the borders for the China plate quilt. I've got my quilt block book, design book here. I've got scraps of chenille stems that I was using for the mask, and I've got the pattern there, and I've got some fabric for the masks, and I've got the Blockbuster fabric that I'm using is over on my ironing board, and my cutting board has scraps of fabric that I need to sort and put back so that I can find them when I need them. So that actually is about it. I really don't have much else going on. So I hope you all are finding things to do at home and to keep yourself busy. And please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. For more quilting ideas, click on the video links. And to keep up with my latest projects, click on the subscribe button. I hope to see you again soon.